G'day guys, welcome back. Having another little experiment with the 3D flower. So I'm just been testing my times, and I also realized that it's much better to leave my resin sitting in a wide mouthed container rather than a little cup. The little cup, it gets hot really quickly and it tends to set much faster. So I've transferred it into there. Right, I'm going to try blue today, and because I use very minimal alcohol ink, the colors aren't very bright. So I thought I'm going to see if I can add just a tiny little bit of mica powder and see if I can get like a darker shade of blue. So I'm going to go blue and white today, and I'm going to put 20 grams of resin in my little cup. I'm just using the Barnes Clariti today. 18, 19, 20. So 20 grams is 0.7 of an ounce. You can change the units on your scale if you've got a little digital scale. If you want to know what it is in ounces or in grams, you can do that. Right, so that's those two. And this one is just going to be for my center, my little bit of glitter. Little glitter flakes there, so I'll pop a little bit of that in. Don't need a lot. Little tiny cute little bottles. All right, so we'll just kind of drizzle some resin in there. As I said, don't need a lot, just making a paste really. We'll see if that's enough to make a little paste. Plenty, probably too much. All right, now the rest of it's going in my mold. It's a 14 centimeter coaster mold. I made up 125 grams of resin, 85 grams of the one part, and 40 grams of the other part. Because you know the thicker one, it's actually heavier. So when I weigh it out, I just add a little bit of extra, because it does weigh more, that thicker part of the resin, and they're not equal in weights. If you're measuring them in a measuring cup, then they measure equally, but when you weigh them, they're different. So does that make sense? Right, let me just torch this one for bubbles. So I have waited 25 minutes. It has been 25 minutes since I've mixed my resin. So I'm just going to I've got these little piping bags. You can just use a little bag, you know, like a Ziploc bag, any little bag, but these were really quite cost efficient from eBay, and they do the trick really well. They do what they're supposed to do, and that's a piping bag. So that's those there. Now, colours. Let's do that. So 20 grams each in there. I'm going to actually add 3 drops of Castin Craft and see what that does. Previously, I've only used 2, but I'm going to see what 3 does. Because it all depends on the size of your drop that you come out. If you just let it drop out on its own, you get quite a small drop. But if you squeeze it a little bit, 1, 2... Oops, rest of you, go in, that's 2. I should hold it straight up, 3. All right, so that's 3. It's quite liquidy, so it's really hard to get a drop. 1, 2, 3, and then it has like a train that follows behind it, so it's a little bit tricky, but yeah, it all depends on if you squeeze the bottle, if you don't squeeze the bottle. Makes a difference as to whether you get 2 drops or 3 drops. But anyway, we're going to go with 3 today. It's feeling quite warm in my little cup, but that's because I had it in the smaller plastic cup to begin with when I mixed it, and then I thought, oh, it's warming up, I should put it into a wide mouthed container. So I changed it halfway through, but it's still a little bit warm, and if it's warm, it means that it's starting to set up. And you don't really want it to set up yet. All right, so my white one, I'm going to put in 2 2 drops of, actually let's just do, let's do 2 drops of alcohol ink. That's the Pinata alcohol ink into the Castin Craft. I haven't actually tried this with other white pigment pastes. I have got others. I've got quite a few different brands. So I will do some experiments and see what the other brands do. Now, 2 drops of sapphire blue. 1, 2. And then I'm going to add just a tiny little bit of this navy blue mica powder, because see, the ink doesn't really do a lot to change the color because there's got a lot of white in there. So of course it's going to just be a baby blue, which is fine if that's what you're wanting, but I am wanting a slightly darker color, something to match with my little flakes. So what can I use to put it in there? Let's use the tip of this. I don't think I need very much at all, so just a little bit. We'll see what that does for the colour. If it doesn't do much, I can add a bit more. It's not doing much yet. This probably wasn't enough. Okay, here we go. A little bit more. That should be enough. I don't mind if it's still a little bit on the pale side, but I just wanted it more, didn't really want it a baby blue. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that colour. Ew. Now what are we going to do? That's just gone an awful grey colour. Let's put another 2 drops in. I guess it's just reacting with all that white, you know. So because I've added the mica powder into this one, it's made it a little bit thicker. So hopefully adding the 2 extra drops of alcohol ink maybe has made it a little bit thinner again. I still don't like that colour. I should have just stuck with the baby blue, but hey, it's done now and I haven't got any more resin left, so we're going to have to go with it. I'll just remember that for next time. Look, it was worth a try. I probably should have gone... Oh, actually, let's try a blue pigment paste if I've got one. Have I got one? Oh, yes, I've got a sapphire blue. Got a sapphire blue by Resin. Let's try a little bit of that. Oh look, I'm just going to clean my stick and use that. Probably should have just gone with the pigment paste to begin with rather than the mica powder, because I mean obviously the paste is going to make it a... Oh look, that's better. The paste is going to make it a prettier blue. Alright, so we'll know that for next time, okay? That's quite pretty. Okay, there we go. And because it's got so much white in it, you do need to pick a really dark shade of whatever colour you're wanting to go with, just to counteract some of that white. Now, I don't know if this is still going to work because, you know, we've changed the recipe from just the white to white plus blue. All right, now my little flakes are starting to set up, so let's get them in the middle. I guess it sets very quickly because there's only a tiny little amount of glitter in there. And we'll just give them a little bit of a swirl to make a circle. See how it's sort of thickening up already? They're not sort of flowing, are they? They're just sort of staying put. Whoops, come over into the center a bit. All right, so I probably should get a wriggle on. Must remember to clean my sticks so I can reuse them. Okay, right, let's pour the white into here. I was after a really nice bright blue. Well, initially I thought I'll just do the baby blue, but next time I'll see if I can get a nice bright blue to match those sparkles, the glitter in the middle. Right, so that's the white. Here's our blue. Get it all out. I'm not going to use it all. I make up 20 grams, but I really don't need 20 grams. But it's really hard making up any less, isn't it? I guess I could make 15 grams, but yeah. All right. Hang on. I just need to wipe my sticks. Just bear with me. I want to wipe my sticks so that I can reuse them. Wipe them before they all set up. So just bear with me, and I'm going to wipe. A lot of people say to me, "How do you clean your containers?" I just use paper towel, and it is going to have a little residue of resin in there, a resin residue, but it doesn't matter. You just put more in over the top. Just get out what you can, and then it's ready to go again next time you want to pour resin into it. That's all I do to it. Yep, so that's that. Okay, now we need to, actually just let me see if there, might zoom you in a bit. I'll just move you over a bit so that you can see my piping bag. All right, there we go. Got to get you all set up, hey? Right. Take that out. Got my scissors. Now you just have to push all that down towards the end. Now these piping bags, they're sealed at the bottom there, you see, so makes it really easy because you can just trim off where you want to trim off. I'll start with a little hole. You can always make it bigger, but you can't make it smaller, so start with a small hole. And then the white. I hope I haven't left it too long. It's getting quite warm. Then it was warm beforehand anyway because I had it in my little cup. I must remember next time, use a bigger mixing bowl. All right, so that's got that coming out. That one isn't got as much coming out, so I'll just make that a little bit bigger. About that size. Whoops, maybe that's a bit too big. All right, I'm going to start with white. Let's see if I can do white, blue, and white. So hang on to that in your hand. Wipe off your blob, and off you go. Okay, there we go. Next one, put that into your hand as well. Just wipe it off. Oh, this one's got a bigger hole now. I'll have to not squeeze very hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blobs there. Petals, I should say. Yeah, that one's hole's a bit bigger. And I'm just going to continue with my layering of the petals. Doesn't matter if you're not an expert piper. It really doesn't matter. It's all going to blend in anyway. All right, I want to end on white, so I'm going to have to go blue again and then white. Hopefully this works. Try and get as close to the top of my coaster as I can. There we go. All right, that is done. Let me move these out of the way. See, there's quite a lot still left. I'm going to take my gloves off because I want to use my heat gun now, and I don't want to get resin all over it. And that's it there. On low, just go around first. And then I'm going to push from the outside in. All the way around. It's a bit tricky getting the very edges because the coaster's in the way. So just going from up above. Alright, and that's it. I'm actually not going to, oh, I just missed that one. I'm actually not going to do any more. I will just give it a torch for bubbles. Probably should have done that earlier, but I'll just do it now. I think there's something in there. Yes, there is. Those little flyaway things in my studio all the time. Alright. Well, that's it's looking good so far, you guys. It's all puffing up and blending. I'll take you down for a close-up. I did one where it was, I put too much heat on it. Just brought you around the table. Yeah, I put too much heat on it, like I blew it too much. And I think it kind of broke, like, I think like broke the paint kind of thing, because it just didn't work. It was too wispy. This is looking good. It is, it is, it is. So maybe those 3 drops are better because you can actually see the colours, like they're not too wispy. That's where I put my stick in it. The centre's closing in. And the white takes on the colour of the blue. So you get different shades of blue, but it's looking okay, you guys. I'm excited. I am excited. All right, I'll bring you back in about an hour and we'll see what's happening. But so far, so good. So here we are, probably about half an hour later. The white layer has kind of gone see-through. So it looks as if it's like lighter on the outside and it gets darker and darker in the middle. It's really unusual. And then we've got that tiny little bit of dark sticking through there. I wonder if I can make next time like a zigzag, so I'll get white, blue, like around the edge. I don't know if it's picking it up. But you can see the white edge hasn't stayed like an opaque white so much. It's more of a transparent white. But it's looking really pretty. I'm really keen to see what it's going to do tomorrow. I'm getting really nice effects of that dark blue through the middle there. So yeah, really, really looking good. I'm so excited. All right, I'll see you in the morning. Hey guys, I'm back. It's the next day and I'm so excited. These things are so exciting to do, like they're so much fun. And look at the petals. Like, it hasn't really changed since that last little video I showed you. It seems to change a lot in the first, even 5 minutes. And then probably at about half an hour it really stops. Look at this little peekaboo. I'm going to try and get that again. Like have like a zigzag of white and blue. Try. I want to do a purple one next. And a green one. And a brown one. I want to do so many. All right, enough of the chit chat. Let's see what it looks like. Now that, as it is really striking, I think, because you've got the white and then you've got the pale blue, and then in the middle here you've got these layers of dark blue that haven't really sort of opened up and blended. I don't know why. Maybe I put too many layers in. This had actually 7 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually had 7 layers of petals. So whether or not that makes a difference, I don't know. When I did my first pink and white one, I only had 5 layers and it worked really well. So we'll see. Maybe less layers is better. But let's get this out and see what it looks like. I haven't even peeked at the back. I wanted to be surprised. Whether it's a good surprise or a bad surprise, I thought I want to be surprised. Peel that off. But I'm having such a lot of fun making these. I want to do more. And the good thing about these is you can do a lovely creation and you only use 120 grams of resin, like half a cup. So, you know, if you're a bit budget conscious, you're on a budget and you can't afford to do, you know, like a 6 coaster set all the time, but you still want to create, these are perfect because you can get your little creative juices flowing, different colors, different patterns, and it's not going to cost you a lot of money or take up a lot of room. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's a little bit blobby, but it's really pretty. Let me have a closer look. These middle sections, that's where I did each petal. I went like that, and then I went like that, and then I went like that. So these middle sections have got a lot more paste in them. But what do you think? Like, it's not too bad though, is it? It's probably because I did the 7 petals that these middle sections got so much more paste on them. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, look at the white. Look at the little white blobs on the end. There. Where's that little peekaboo one? There he is. I actually really like that. It really looks 3D, doesn't it? Wow. So I started with white. So on the bottom here, you can't really see, oh, there's a little bit peeking through there. You can't really see the blue. It's like blended. Oh, there's a tiny bit too of just plain blue, little tiny bits, but most of it's kind of been blended in with the white. Oh my gosh. The more I look at it, the more I love it. And that might be even my new favorite. What about my new sparkle? My new, what's it called? Chunky glitter. I love it, you guys. Let me grab the pink one. Hang on, my first one. And you can tell me which one you prefer. That was the first one, the pink one. It's not as blobby like these middle sections here where I've come around and then around and around. They are thicker still. But, I don't know. I think maybe this is my favourite. What do you think? Which one do you prefer? Oh my gosh. So this one had more pigment in it. Well, I think it had more pigment. It's hard to say, you know, squeezing a little drop in. Sometimes you get a big drop, sometimes you get a little drop, and it does make a difference, even one drop. I love this, that little dot. I'm going to try one where I just put lines and dots on the end all the way around. I'm going to try that. That's my next thing coming up. I'm so excited. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me know what you think. All right, I'll leave you to it. I'll let you go. Been yabbering on for 5 minutes already. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed my videos. If I've helped you at all in any way, please feel free to return the gesture and use my PayPal me link below for a little donation. It will certainly help me buy more resin and I can make more videos for you. So I hate to ask, but I would really appreciate it. Any help would be great. What goes around comes around, hey? All right, thanks again, guys. Love you all. Bye for now.